Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's January 20th, 2017, Inauguration Day. Donald Trump just became the 45th president after being sworn in. Tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on the Chad Factor radio show. We're going to be talking about Donald Trump. Please tune in. It's a 2 hour show, 6 to 8 on the West Coast, 9 to 11 if you're back east, where the host of the show is from. Anyhow, before the show, I want to get this video out. I'll do more research on this, but this is already mind-popping. Today, Inauguration Day, one of the big stories was what Melania Trump was wearing, the wife of Donald Trump. They've been married since January 22nd, 2005. Anyhow, one of the big focuses, what she was wearing, a dress by Ralph Lauren, baby blue in color, the first lady to wear that color since Jackie Kennedy in 1961 when JFK was inaugurated. January 20th, 1961, 56 years ago. So I want to show you something interesting. If you're new to my channel, I talk about the language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. They were making a big deal that Melania's outfit was made by Ralph Lauren. We'll look at Inside Edition's story on the Ralph Lauren in a moment, but just look at this. In the language of gematria, Ralph Lauren sums to the same thing as Jackie Kennedy. Again, Melania, first woman to wear baby blue since Jackie Kennedy. If you're new to my channel, I've been pointing out for months how they've been drawing these parallels between Donald Trump and John F. Kennedy and seemingly foreshadowing an unfortunate event to come in Donald Trump's future as president. If you're new to my channel, the purpose of this channel is so people can understand what is really going on in this nation right now. And to get to the short of it, just in case you've never watched one of my videos, the president, his wife, these people are puppets. These people are agents in an agenda, carrying out an ongoing plan, which each president that takes that office is a part of. There's no difference from Trump to Obama, to the last Bush, to Clinton, to the Bush before that, to Reagan, right on down the line. Jimmy Carter, all of these men, part of an ongoing agenda, all the way back to the start of the nation. And the way that they have always scripted their history and their agents is by the numbers. These people are very ritualistic. This language that we're looking at, numbers into letters, ancient knowledge, gematria, practice of coding numbers into words. Many alphabets of the past are based on this. And it seems that English is as well. It's just a secret to the masses. So anyway, pay attention as we go along. There's a lot here that's important. Donald Trump just became the 45th president. He was elected on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall. And that was November 9th, 2016, the 27-year anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Donald Trump announced as the 45th president. So anyway, 45, when you write it out as a word, it sums to 54, just like Ralph Lauren, just like Jackie Kennedy. Something interesting, when you write out 54, it sums right back to itself, 54. Where JFK died was in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. Special degree in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, which we'll talk more about. Dealey Plaza equals 45, just like Berlin Wall. And right after Donald Trump was announced as the 45th president, I put out a long video on JFK and his assassination synced up with the Berlin Wall, and how Donald Trump reflects all of the same numbers. Donald Trump and JFK are tied together as agents in history, part of this ongoing agenda, duping the masses. A lot of people like JFK because he told a lot of truths, including secret societies operating in high places. But what a lot of people take away from JFK is when you speak truth, you'll be killed, silenced, so you might as well not speak out. And that's what his death did to pretty much everybody since then, you know? My parents were children when JFK was assassinated. My dad would have been 10. Same with my mother. You know? And that's what they learned. You know, don't really speak out, get yourself in trouble. But I'm a glutton for punishment, truth seeker. I just feel the need to speak out. I can't stand injustice. So anyway, here's Jackie Kennedy. Here's Melania Trump. Pretty in blue. Pretty in blue. It's interesting that it says that. Pretty in blue equals 59. Jackie Kennedy's maiden name is Jackie Bouvier. 59. Just like John F. Kennedy. And here we are in the beginning of 2017. 59 is the 17th prime number. Donald Trump and Melania were married when Donald was 59 years old. January 22nd, 2005. These numbers 59 and 17, they're connected to killing throughout history. The word kill has gematria of 17 and 59. The word kill also has gematria of 44 using the English alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is the 26th letter. JFK was the 44th term president, and Donald Trump is the 44th person to be president. Even though he's number 45, he's only the 44th person. Just like how Obama was only the 43rd person. That's true all the way back to number 25 because Grover Cleveland had a split term, 22 and 24, messing up the count. So the 25th president was the 24th person. But anyway, kill using the alphabetic order 44, Trump the 44th person, JFK was the 44th term president. JFK was the 35th president in terms of count. Catholic equals 35. JFK is the only Catholic president today, to date. Donald Trump's a Jesuit president. He went to the Jesuit Fordham University. That's related with the Catholic Church, but that doesn't make him Catholic. So anyway, they emphasize that Jackie Kennedy wore a similar outfit 56 years ago. 56, interesting number here. The word president has gematria of 56. So does the word assassin. Emphasizing this, 56 years. And just so you know, for more than a year, they've been giving this kind of predictive programming with Donald Trump, JFK, and other people who've been assassinated throughout history. So today, Inauguration Day, just the latest. And remember, the GOP convention began in Cleveland July 18th, 18/7, 187 days from Inauguration Day. And I've been telling people to look out for that since the beginning of 2016, the way it was scheduled. 187 homicide code in a lot of states. A lot of predictive programming here. So anyhow, some headlines. Melania Trump wearing Ralph Lauren channels a predecessor, Jacqueline Kennedy. What's in the blue box from Tiffany? An investigation. And just think about what the color blue represents. Sadness, in terms of emotion, used often to express sadness. There's a lot of people who are sad today. There's a lot of people who are horrified that Donald Trump is the president, and rightfully so. Even though I recognize it's all a puppet show, it even horrifies me. I thought it was too ridiculous for this orange, ridiculous man, this reality TV star, to become the president. But then again, the last 8 years have been ridiculous. Barack Obama from out of nowhere, empty promises. I told everybody what Obama would be. I told everybody 8 years at the end of Obama, they would just have us at a point where they're just really ready to crush our confidence completely. So, Hillary Clinton would have done it too. Let's not make any mistake about it. But Donald Trump, he's just so disgusting. And then look at this headline. Speaking of disgusting, just constantly the media always reminding of with Bill Clinton and the sex and the flashbacks to Monica Lewinsky and that major distraction. Just think about how ridiculous we are as a nation. That we allow this, that we tolerate this, that we participate in this. All the sick things going on in this world, the needless wars, all the things that we know are wrong with it, and we let ourselves get taken by a news media that just wants to show us about who Bill Clinton had sex with. I mean, how ridiculous is that? So anyway, they're saying he was checking out Melania, Donald's wife. I want to show you what's so interesting here about Melania that I noticed in light of this election, the first female for a major party. There's some really interesting things going on here. Melania was born April 26, 1970. She's 46 years old. A little later this year, she's going to turn 47. The word president has gematria of 47. You see that? She will be turning 47 later this year, 96 days from Inauguration Day. This year, it was 96 years women had the right to vote, and the word Freemason equals 96. This nation, run by Freemasonry from the beginning, which we'll speak more about. Donald Trump married her 143 days from his own birthday, which we'll get to. Her name equals 143. Her birth numerology, April 26, 1970, date with 119, date with a life lesson number of 47. Both of those numbers break down to 11, the master number in numerology. 4 plus 7 is 11, 1 plus 1 is 9. Also 29, 2 plus 9, 11. 100. I'm thinking about how 4 years from now will be 100 years that women have had the right to vote. Perhaps the clue that the next female president is to follow Donald Trump, just as The Simpsons predicted many years ago. But anyway, that 119, look at these numbers. Donald, Jewish gematria, 119. Donald, announced as the 45th president on November 9th, 11/9. Yesterday, before inauguration, is January 19th, 1/19. Typically, that's the night where the outgoing president does his last speech. But instead, the whole focus last night was on Donald Trump and what he was up to. He gave that speech with lots of jokes, talking about the New England Patriots a whole lot. You know, admitted he was a liar. He was reading the camera and said something, and then he paused and he said, I probably actually would say that. And I thought, what is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? Was that part of the script too, just to give away that, he'd even make such a statement? If you missed Donald Trump's speech from January 19th, his pre-inauguration dinner, he was making all sorts of jokes, talking about the New England Patriots left and right. Talked about how his daughter Ivanka married very well. Remember, Ivanka equals 58. This was the 58th presidential election, that special number to Freemasonry. Today was the 58th presidential inauguration. They brought in the Steve Ray, 58 years old, to do it. Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, Annuit Coeptus. We're going to talk about Purple Rain, Donald Trump in a moment. Here's another good 58. United States is 58. With your S exceptions. Ivanka, also 58. But anyhow, Melania, her birth numerology. Life lesson number of 47. She's taking the White House as First Lady just before turning 47, 96 days until her birthday. The word Freemason equals 96. 96 years women have had the right to vote. Hillary Clinton expressed that number when she gave her speech about feeling, so privileged to have had the honor to run for office for one of the major parties, first time as a woman. And with regards to 96 and Jackie Onassis trying to climb out the back of the car after JFK killed on November 26, 1963, a date with 96 numerology. Again, JFK was killed in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. 11 plus 22, 33. 11 and 22, the most important numbers in numerology. Freemasons doing things by the numbers. So if you've been following my work, I've been talking about the significance of 221. From Donald Trump's birthday to Inauguration Day was 221 days. He was married to Melania on 22/1, 2005, the 22nd day of the year. That was a date with 48 numerology, 1 plus 22 plus 20 plus 05. Donald Trump equals 48. So does Illuminati. If you spell Illuminati with the alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, Illuminati equals 120. 1/20, Inauguration Day. Isn't it kind of an interesting day to have it? So anyhow, Donald Trump's born June 14th, Flag Day, in the year 46, like the age of his wife. From June 14th to today, Inauguration Day, 221 days. We just saw George H.W. Bush get hospitalized 221 days from his birthday. From the wedding in 2005 to Donald Trump's birthday, 143 days. Melania Trump, 143. And if you count the full span of days, it was 144 numbers connected to killing throughout history. And 144 having a direct relationship with 44. If you write out 44, it sums to 144. JFK died on the first day of Sagittarius. Sagittarius equals 144. He was the 44th term president. If you look up what time his brother died, Bobby Kennedy, he supposedly died at 1:44 in the morning. His story is even more by the numbers. Coming back to 33. As always. So anyhow, their marriage seems to be a major tribute to this planned presidency. And as I've explained over the years I've been doing this work, it seems that these celebrities who are destined to be CEOs, politicians, movie stars, it seems that they're put in arranged marriages that are connected to their careers. You know, if you've ever seen my videos on Kanye West and Jay-Z and their marriages, Beyonce and Kim Kardashian, it's all about 44 and 144 and 33. Same numbers again and again. They're used so many times because they're important in these studies, this esoteric occult knowledge that's important to Freemasonry. Freemasonry, the keepers of knowledge. So I'll link this post down below. If you have not seen my video on JFK, the Berlin Wall, and Donald Trump, or the predictive programming for Donald Trump's presidency, notice the 11 and 9 in the background. This is from a commercial from 2010 showing that Donald Trump will be the president. We're living out a script, a New World Order agenda. So here's Jackie Kennedy, Jacqueline Lee Kennedy Onassis, born Jacqueline Bouvier. She died on the 139th day of the year. Freemasonry equals 139 using the alphabetic order. What's so interesting is her full name when she was married to John F. Kennedy. It had gematria of 113, 113. Scottish, as in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, equals 113. JFK killed in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a Scottish Rite Freemason. There's a lot of 113 in the JFK story when you decode the finer details. See my mini videos on the death of JFK and other past presidents. But anyhow, with regards to this 113, the year prior to 1963, March 11th, 1962, she met with the Pope, Catholic Church, for 33 minutes. It's reported on March 11th, 3/11, 11/3, 11/3, like 113, like her name. And of course, the name Kennedy equals 33. Just like secrecy, just like Masonry, just like federal, like order. Special number 33. With regards to the year 62, our calendar, March 3rd, is the 62nd day of the year, 3-3, the 62nd day, the word Mason, 62. But anyhow, she had this meeting with the Pope, on a suspicious date, about a year and a half before her husband died. And if you've never seen my work on the 33-day Pope, he died on a date with 44 numerology, kill number. One of my oldest videos, the 33-day Pope. So anyhow, Inside Edition, they had this story on Melania dressed like Jackie Kennedy, and they were talking about Ralph Lauren, had this whole piece on Ralph Lauren. When you pay attention to TV, you see how it just keeps people in a superficial state. I mean, I remember this from 2008 when Barack Obama was first sworn in as president. One of the first things they talked about on CNN was Michelle Obama shops at J. Crew. And I thought, what in the world? This moment, out of all the things they could talk about, they're telling us where Michelle Obama shops. J. Crew. I'll never forget it, you know? I mean, that's why they do it. It's just etched in your mind. You're watching the TV, you're thinking, wow, okay, here's the new president, and now they're telling me she shops at J. Crew. I mean, there's so many things to talk about here. Why this? But look, I mean, today really it's been the exact same thing. When I turned on the TV I turned it on early today to see what they're covering, maybe 6:15 a.m. out west. They were already talking about her outfit and Jackie Kennedy. When I turned on the TV, the first thing I heard them talking about was what she was wearing. So again, Jackie Kennedy, 54, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren writes, the presidential inauguration is a time for the United States to look our best to the world. It was important to us to uphold and celebrate the tradition of creating iconic American style for this moment. Then they go to, you just think about America. And if you're a woman and you're a bleach blonde, I'm not saying anything's wrong with you. I'm just saying, think about America, this statement. American style for this moment. You know what the American style has been for a long moment? Women, feeling the need to dye their hair and make their hair more blonde. Blonde hair is beautiful, but I mean, so is all hair. I just think more people need to be more natural, always trying to dye their hair and look like something different. And then from her, they went to another blonde woman, And then you just think about what goes on in this nation. How much blonde hair dye is sold a year? We could probably take the world back 100 times over with all the blonde hair dye purchases. Then they go to this story about how she wore this dress last night, I guess. America's reality TV couple taking the White House. The Donald and his overseas bride, the guy that wants to close off the borders but is married to a woman from across the world. Anyway, what I noticed about this company is its gematria of 64, like Zion, like Israel, like Thelema. They had the rabbi give the, speech about Zion today. The United States, all about the Zionist agenda. Donald Trump said nobody loves Zionist Israel more than him. Excuse me. So anyhow, these words, they all sum to 64. Thelema is an occult religion that worships the numbers 93 and 54. They worship 54 through the number or the word love. Also, 93 and 54, in science, they tell us the sun is 93 million miles away. And the word sun, S-U-N, using the alphabetic order is 54. Just like how the word love is using the alphabetic order. Thelema, this occult religion, worships 93 and 54. To the occult, Saturn is the keeper of time, and Saturn, using the alphabetic order, sums to 93. The sum of the magic square of Saturn is 45. We're talking about Donald Trump, the 45th president. In a second, I'm going to show you something about the Kennedy wedding, Jackie and John and Saturn, in light of Trump and Melania. But anyhow, what we need to know first is Thelema, it has this motto, do what thou wilt, which equals 64, just like the phrase synagogue of Satan. And in the Bible, the final book, Revelation, the book of prophecy and destruction, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times. Their name is the synagogue of Satan. Israel, which equals 64, is the false Jewish state, because in the Torah, the Jewish people aren't to have their own nation as Israel exists. The Jewish nation, the false Jewish nation, the Zionist nation, which Donald Trump says he's the biggest friend of. So anyway, everything about Israel is 93. The country was drawn up September 3rd, 1947, 47, special number. 9-3, and from that day up to the present, everything has been 93 about that country. JFK and Jackie were married September 12th, 1953. Melania Trump, the small way, sums to 53. The reflection of 35. JFK, the Catholic president. Anyhow, they were married on a date with 93 numerology, the Saturn number. 93 connected to 45. Trump, the 45th president. It was also a date with 74 numerology. Special number to Freemasonry as well. Very Masonic death by the number 74, so often going with 33. Jesus equals 74. Cross 74. Messiah 74. Gospel 74. Jesus on the cross at 33. Out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74, and it's the 33rd state, Oregon. Oregon's the only state established on a date with 93 numerology as well. Crucifix 93. These numbers, they show up again and again throughout history. They've been put everywhere as if they're some sort of magical spell all over this nation by the Freemason gang that runs it. And then also for the Inside Edition, the final shot, they got the Trump daughters, both blonde, of course, major blonde emphasis. Recall, when Bill and Hillary conceded to Trump, they were wearing purple. You know, Hillary, her purple was really popping. Purple has gematria of 88, just like Trump. These Bill Clinton headlines today with him checking out Mrs. Trump, he was wearing a purple tie. Can you make that out? He had the purple tie on. It looks like Bill and Michelle are looking at the same thing. Looks like in this shot, all three of these people are looking at the same thing. Can't tell where he's looking at, but his head direction's going out that way. But for all we know, it's all staged just to make another Bill Clinton story. I mean, this is what this nation runs on. You know, people love these tabloid stories and talk about it. You know, Monday, hey, did you hear about Bill checking out Melania? Well, probably, you know, people probably be saying that for months. People love to talk about the things that don't matter. They don't like to talk about the things that matter. That's the problem. But with regards to this purple and Trump, here's a reminder. The start of the Republican convention was July 18th, 88 days after the Queen's birthday, Queen Elizabeth, the royal family, purple. Elizabeth equals 88, just like purple, just like Trump. Donald Trump came out to Queen, we are the champions. Remember how when the Queen turned 90 this year, Prince died. Prince, Queen, royal, Prince had Purple Rain. That album will have its 33-year anniversary June 25th, 2017. What a lot of people don't know is that album released June 25th, 1984. The author, George Orwell, that was his birthday, who wrote the book 1984 about a nation just like the one we live in, but he wrote about it right after World War II. This futuristic nation that's just like ours, people ruled over with lies and screens and fear. People hate on other people for speaking out. It's the nation we live in. United States of America equals 84. Divide and conquer equals 84. Order out of chaos, 84. Jesuit equals 84. Donald Trump, the Jesuit. Obama equals 84. Obama's birthday, 8/4, supposedly, August 4th. He was the 44th president. Trump's the 44th person. When you take the divisors of 44, the numbers that divide into 44, and add them together, they sum to 84. Birther equals 44. Trump, Obama, birther argument. 2011, White House Correspondents' Dinner, Donald Trump being joked about being the next president by Barack Obama himself. Anyway, from the Queen's birthday to Donald Trump coming out to Queen to start his convention, 88 days, Elizabeth 88, Purple 88, Trump 88. See if I have something else up here to show you real quick. I don't know if it's part of this post. From the start of the convention to the election was also 113 days. Donald Trump, his mother from Scotland, Scottish Rite Freemasonry, Scottish 113. Here it is, right here. From the start of the convention to Inauguration Day, 187 days. Number homicide code often, but then again, Then again, George W. Bush, the last Republican president, was born July 6th, 1946, the 187th day of the year. If you do the numerology of his birthday, 7 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 6, it sums to 33. And he graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones in New Haven, Connecticut, where the Bush political dynasty is from. His father, his grandfather, Prescott Bush. He graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones in 1968, 33 years before becoming the president in 2001. 1968 was the year 911 was made the national emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began in New York. Space Odyssey 2001 came out that year. So 33 years later, September 11th happened. False flag equals 33, just like Bonesmen. Members of Skull and Bones, like Bush and his father, the 41st president, were Bonesmen. From July 6th to September 11th is also a span of 68 days. 1968, the year all that went down, the year of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., Bobby Kennedy. Anyhow, with regards to 187, the homicide code, the reminders of John F. Kennedy, the parallels between Kennedy and Trump, look at this. This headline was from the other day, January 17th, 2017. 1 plus 17 plus 17, date numerology, 35. JFK, the 35th president. The word elevator in gematria sums to 35. And look at this headline, Trump's New World Disorder. This headline, using the alphabetic order, sums to 313, 313. The Zapruder film, the film of JFK being assassinated, slide 313 is JFK's head exploding. Zapruder, a 33rd degree Mason from Russia, like Oswald the shooter from Russia. Think about Trump headlines, Trump in Russia hacking, his wife Melania from that part of the world. These are all riddles. This is all an agenda. This is how the New World Order operates. In case you're not understanding what I'm saying, JFK, his wife, his marriage, by the numbers. Donald Trump, his wife, his marriage, by the numbers. Parallels in history. Dressing these people up like puppets. Tributes, foreshadowing what's to come. This number 313, paired with the headline about the elevator, it reminds of Prince, who died on the Queen's birthday. We talked about Queen Elizabeth. Look at this. The number 313 is the 65th prime number. The word Prince equals 65. Prince, Purple Rain, Prince dying on the Queen's birthday being synced with Donald Trump's GOP convention in Cleveland. JFK, the 35th president, the only Catholic, the 44th term president, Trump, the 44th person, 44 numbers of killing, death, assassinations all throughout history. So in one of the videos I put out earlier today, somebody was reminded of Prince and Donald Trump with the rain coming down. When Donald Trump began his speech today for Inauguration Day, it began to rain at the exact same time. This man, it reminded him of Purple Rain, Prince's album. Prince died in Minnesota, the state with 110 gematria, like the word president. Prince's album Purple Rain, it will have its 33-year anniversary this year, June 25th. June 25th, 1984, that album released. Again, June 25th, George Orwell's birthday, who wrote 1984, United States of America 84, Divide and Conquer 84, Order Out of Chaos 84. Trump's a Jesuit 84. He's replacing Obama. Obama equals 84. Obama's birthday, August 4th. The divisors of the number 44 sum to 84. Anyhow, Purple Rain, 33-year anniversary this year. The date Purple Rain came out, June 25th, 84, was a date with 115 numerology. When you write out 58 as a word, it sums to 115. Donald Trump, the winner of the 58th presidential election, taking office with the 115th Congress. Again, Purple Rain equals 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society, like Annuit Coeptus. Ivanka equals 58. January 19th, Donald Trump giving the speech about how Ivanka married well into this Jewish powerful family. Gematria, mostly a Jewish practice. Today's inauguration on a date with 58 numerology. They got the 58-year-old Steve Ray to do the ceremonies. Steve Ray equals 115, just like when you write out 58. Thinking about this, it reminds me what I read the day after Prince's death, April 22nd, 2016, an article published about how Prince wrote a song called Donald Trump Black Version, and it was for the group Time. Think about how Donald Trump's replacing the first black president. Here's another parallel between Donald Trump and Prince. At the end of Prince's tour in Europe in the 90s, at the end of his tour, he said he had to go back to America because Osama bin Laden was getting ready to drop the bomb. You can check this out, the audio recording. It's on the internet for all to hear. Prince singing about Osama bin Laden dropping the bomb. Trump, January 15th, 2000, published the book about Make the America We Deserve. And in that book, he predicts an attack on the World Trade Centers that'll be terrible, and it'll be Osama bin Laden responsible. You know how Donald Trump knew that? Because it's all planned. It's all scripted. It's all part of an ongoing agenda. Donald Trump's part of the club like Prince was, the club that people call Illuminati, the New World Order. These people in the club, they know what's going on. They know the puppet show, the agenda being played out against we the masses. From the day that Donald Trump published his book, The America We Deserve, January 15th, 2000, that's exactly 888 weeks until today, Inauguration Day. Donald J. Trump, the first book he published was The Art of the Deal. Look at this. Donald J. Trump, 888. The Art of the Deal, 888. His next published book, 888 weeks before Inauguration Day. Now taking office with the 115th Congress. The day JFK was killed, 11/22/1963. We talked about in the beginning how 11 plus 22 is 33, and how plus 63 more is 96. Freemason 96. Inauguration Day, 96 days from Ivanka's 47th birthday. This was the 96th year that women have been able to vote in elections. First female candidate running against Trump. Anyway, 11 plus 22 plus 19 plus 63 is 115. The word killing in Jewish gematria is 115. The day JFK died. Trump, JFK connections, joining with the 115th Congress. It's all planned out, truth seeker. This is the reason for the baby blue. Until next time.